favorite Irish chef, Chef Stuart O'Keeffe, is back today to show us how to make one of his very favorite comfort foods, and indeed it is.
Yeah, my mom would make this for me growing up. So my mom has a store, and you know, there's 4 of us in the family, and so she would make this in the mornings and just like put it on plates. We like in Ireland, we'd come home from lunch at like 12:30 to 1:30 for lunch. We'd cycle our bikes home, heat our own food up, but my mom would have it on the table. So it's really good. It's a great like meal for nighttime. You know, you can prep it in the morning and just heat it up at night. So, and it's really easy.
I could just listen to you speak.
I mean,
it's magically delicious. So I can listen to
then
you.
we're going to do a chocolate cake after.
Yes, I will. Let's bring it out for everybody.
It's necessary.
Okay, so
we got some ground beef here. We call it a minced beef steak. I'm going to do a mushroom gravy with some whiskey in it as well.
Mushroom gravy with whiskey. Did we hear that?
Is a race. I just want to point that out.
A race. What do we have?
So we have minced meat here. We've ground beef and an egg, some salt and pepper, and that's basically your mixture.
Salt and pepper? Okay.
I'm just gonna.
A little higher.
I always like being here for the food segment.
Yeah, I know.
Who doesn't?
So it's just plain ground beef?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plain ground beef. I kind of do the leaner kind. I think there's ones 7% or 15% you can find in the stores. I like to go with the 7%. If you're doing something like a chili, I would go like a higher fat content because you're cooking it over time. And I'm going to be molding this with my hands anyway, so I might as well get in there, right?
We use hands.
So,
you know, I know you haven't gotten to the potato yet, but these are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Are they phenomenal?
I'm going to show you how to get them like that.
Oh my gosh, I
I didn't mean to jump the gun, but I had to.
So you want to make it into an oval shape. It's not a burger, although you could use this as a burger mix. That would be totally fine. But to make it into a steak, you want to do it in like an oval, okay?
The steak, okay.
And I'm just going to place it here in the pan. It's nice and hot. You want that nice sizzle. And since you were talking about oil earlier,
You want to go wash your hands over there, or
I got a wet cloth here. You were talking about oil earlier, so I would use like canola oil or vegetable oil, peanut oil, anything that's a high smoke point, which you were just talking about there, which was really nice. And
a nice cast iron skillet that you got nice and hot.
Always a cast iron skillet. If you haven't invested one for 2015, you must. You will always use it. You'll have it for the rest of your life, seriously.
Right, Kim, you'll have it for the rest of your life.
And she won't even take it out of the box.
Stuart, I have to tell you, while you're preparing this, Sophie leans over to both of us and says, "Eat up, because tomorrow it stops."
Oh yeah, your diet. You start tomorrow.
No, it's not a diet. It's a limit.
A limit. Now, after you saute and make it nice and brown on both sides,
so we're just going to pretend it's done. Okay, it's the magic of television. So it would need about 2-3 minutes each side. And now I'm going to make the sauce. So we're going to put in some onion. You want those nice brown bits from the beef you just cooked in the same pan. So it's going to
smell so good. I wish you could smell this.
I know, it's like, what's that joke they say, you know, like the wife when the husband comes home, just like put an onion in the pan, just makes the whole house smell.
The whole house smells, Something else but the onion.
Yeah. And I'm going to add in, you know, I have to put in some kind of alcohol into it.
Eat up, ladies.
So any brown bits that are at the bottom of the pan, you want to deglaze the pan with the alcohol.
Now, can I ask you why whiskey? Like, what does that do? Is that flavor?
Just a nice flavor profile to it, and you know, I mean, the alcohol burns off. So you hold on to the flavor.
Smell it burn
potent. No. Wow, can you smell it?
Oh yeah.
So it's really nice.
Are you hiccuping? Okay.
We're going to add in the mushrooms on top.
And you have to cook it down because they render a lot of water.
Yes. So you want to cook it probably for like about 5 minutes.
Andy, do you cook? Does your wife cook? What are you?
So,
get it back to the Irishman. I don't know anything about it. I was like really trying, because I'm competitive in the game she played before. I don't know anything of it. I don't know. It's like go and.
So does she cook?
Asia cooks.
Yeah, she cooks. Okay.
And you ate the whole thing. I see you're enjoying it. Good for you.
It's fantastic.
All right, so after that's cooked down.
So we're going to sweat the onions, and we're going to add in. We have our stock. We have our beef stock here. We're going to put that in, and I have some flour, and I just mixed some water with it.
Another thing that helps thicken.
Yes, exactly. And some oregano here. So you're going to cook it all down, but that's the steps for the sauce. You're going to cook it down for about 10 minutes, and then you're going to add back in the steaks, and then we have our finished product right here.
Do you put it in the oven at all, or you just do it right there?
You're going to cook the steaks like 3 minutes per side. So they're going to be cooked. You're going to add them back into the sauce and spoon over the sauce on top of the steaks. You're ready,
We have
okay?
potatoes?
So potatoes.
Great way to make potatoes.
Okay, so potatoes, a ricer, 2015, get this in your kitchen.
Yes.
This is the only way to do potatoes.
Do I keep it in the fridge or the pantry?
Wherever. So you press it through.
Oh, look at that.
And it just mashes them perfectly. Like if you get a masher or you whip them, they get too glutinous.
Yes.
And so they become lumpy and they're really thick. So this way it's perfect. And you want to add in, and with this recipe I have milk, crème fraîche, some salt and pepper, and you heat it up. So you want to use hot liquid when you're pouring them into the potatoes, and you literally just stir around and you get them really nice and fluffy. Like they're really smooth, aren't they?
Really good.
Somebody's enjoying them.
Crème fraîche, no
I have
wonder.
no idea where that all
Okay,
went.
let's take a look as he's putting the
Christine
potatoes
is like,
in
stop
here.
talking, just feed me.
Yeah.